What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Blue, and welcome back to Train Sim World 3. And this is a very special occasion, but you already know that because it's in the title. I'm so honored to have the opportunity to drive one of the most beautiful, most iconic trains to ever exist. I'm talking about the Santa Fe F7. And here she comes. Look at her. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Wow. I tell you, this train in this paint job, this classic vintage Art Deco Santa Fe livery, is going to bring back so many memories for so many people. So nostalgic. Look at the beautiful red striping, the yellow, the chrome. Come on, that is so vintage right there, and it looks just gorgeous. Pulling the manifest freight train behind it. Very well done here. It's the first time in Train Sim World 3 really seeing a legit chrome finish. I mean, you can see the exact clouds reflecting. You can see the bridge reflecting off the side there. I mean, it just looks amazing. It's incredible. Like, they've done such a good job. It's very clean. You can definitely tell it's been very well maintained. It's yeah, I mean, very nice. Looking forward to seeing how the community also goes back and modifies this train in the way of more liveries. Maybe the actual freight livery would be nice to see. The blue one would be really cool. Except I don't know if you'll get that chrome look. So we're gonna hop into the train, into the F7, and let's take over this service. This is the LA to Phoenix manifest train. 3,300 tons, 40 freight cars in total, and a length of 2,500 feet from Hesperia to Barstow. Let's start. All right, beautiful. And HUD on. All right, we have a few seconds until our start begins, so let's get the train set up. So we'll start off with the generator field switch, which is probably already on because a crew was just in here, but we're gonna double check. Yep, all right, so apparently they turned it off. All right, cool. We'll go over here to our left and turn our series parallel. This is what this lever on the left is. That's our series parallel, our transition switch to series parallel, which is the 1. And then we'll also make sure our reverser is in, which is already in. And we'll put that into forward. We'll go over here on the left control panel again, hit our headlights to bright. And then our gauge lights, which are right here. Beautiful. And then our rotator valve is gonna be set to freight. So right now it's freight lap. We'll click on that and move to freight as it needs to be. And we'll double check that our brakes are set to cut in, which they're not. Make sure that you guys check this. This is something that's gonna get people caught up, is making sure this is right. So cut in. If not, you may not be able to move or anything. So let's go ahead and make sure our independent brake, as usual, is fully applied. That's this one right here, this black handle. And our automatic brake is fully released. We're on a downhill gradient, 1.2%. Got a red signal up ahead of us. Just gotta wait for that anyways. One more thing. Let's get the signal light turned on. And that's the light right in the front. Yep, so the light is on, and I believe that light will actually rotate. I'm not sure if it does it all the time or okay. And finally, we'll go over here to our unit selector. We have 4 locomotives pulling this train, so we're gonna set this to selector 4. And that is all we need to do to get the train started and going. So let's get a couple honks. Hello, Cynthia. All right, let's get rolling, guys. And independent brakes release. I am using the rail driver today. And since we're on a 1.2% gradient, we really just can release the independent brake and then it'll just start rolling on its own. So I'll start applying power as needed, but we can basically just let it roll down the hill. And go all the way down to Barstow, 36 miles. All right, as we're getting moving, heading northbound from Esperia. That's what this area is right here, the Esperia area. And heading northbound again, about 36 miles, mostly straight track. We should have some good pace, good speed. We will pass through Victorville, which can be a very nice drive, and then all the way up to Barstow Yard. So very nice. If you haven't seen the map, this is what the Cajon Pass map looks like. Just south of us is the Cajon Pass, the actual area for Cajon Pass, the most difficult part, the mountain part. Now, I'm not quite ready to do that. This is actually my first drive on the Cajon Pass with the F7, so I thought we'd do something a bit easier. So let's hop back in the train. All right, so speed limit is actually about to drop to 50 miles per hour. We're doing 50 right now. So one thing I want to show you is how to use the transition lever. This is how you switch into dynamic braking. So I'm gonna make sure your throttle is completely idle, which it is, and then go into transition lever, move it to braking. Now that it's in braking, you can actually go ahead and start putting in throttle, and that throttle will be applied to helping you slow down and not move forward. So as you go in, we're only on a 0.2% gradient. This is not like the steepest part of Cajon Pass at all, which is the reason why I chose to do this section of the route, because I wanted to get some good practice in this train. Because I just haven't driven it in a while. It was definitely interesting to drive on Clinchfield, very hilly there. So you see we are going a bit fast, doing 54, but the speed does seem to be coming back. It's not a constant downhill gradient. It's kind of, up and down, gets level here and there, but we might need even more. So right now we're right here, throttle 5 for dynamic braking. Let's add some more, and we're still somehow gaining speed. This dynamic brake is not as strong as I thought it was going to be, so we're already in the red. Let's go full braking on the throttle, so full dynamic braking. Let's see if that'll actually help us out. We might have to start throwing in some automatic brakes here if things don't get under control very quickly. Our train is going much faster than we anticipated, and it is actually still gaining speed. So let's start using some of that knowledge that we had on Cajon Pass and the ES44. So let's bring in some brakes. We'll use first service, and hopefully that's enough to get us slowed down. We'll see. This is my first time doing this, so I haven't had any practice at all. And see, are we losing? Looks like we are slowly, yes, finally losing speed as we hit the curve. So speed is actually slowly coming back as we're passing by a few more industries on our left. I believe this is where the Goodyear factory is, one of these buildings. There's a few different industries there. We can pick up and drop off freight. Now we might actually see some freight cars on one of those sidings. Actually, yes, right up there ahead of us, you can see them popping in with the SD40. So yes, so all right, so the first service braking is working alongside the full dynamic braking, and we're getting it back under control. Not gonna lie to you, it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Cynthia, what about you? Yeah, she agrees. She agrees. So we're looking good, looking better, I should say. I guess the speed limit has gone down to 45. I won't be surprised if now that we're getting to a bit more, we're getting close to straight track. It might actually pick up a bit here in a little bit, so we can probably come back on the dynamic braking, and now I'll just try to see if we can balance it out here. Not sure where it's gonna be best at. So right now we were doing 8. Let's try 6. And I think it's holding on pretty well at 6. And actually go a little bit lower than that and go 5. I mean, it's only 1.5%, but man, it definitely snuck up on us. Remember, this train is not as powerful as the ES44s we've been driving on this route before, so it's going to be a completely different driving experience. Oh man, what a gorgeous shot. I have been waiting so long to finally get the crossover shot. That was amazing. And plus, to make it even better, they were both Santa Fe F7s. Wow. Yeah, that was amazing. I gotta admit. Hope y'all enjoyed that. We're coming up on Victorville now. You can tell up ahead by that mountain range. And our speed is looking much better. The speed limit is actually going down at 35 miles per hour now. So we'll allow the braking to continue to slow us down as we still have dynamic brakes in. And we'll start again just kind of adjusting our speed as needed, or our throttle as needed, to maintain the speed we need with the dynamic brakes. Still all green lights ahead. There's a whistle board. I will say I've noticed on Cajon Pass, there's some areas where there's whistle boards and no actual streets. So I'm not sure why there's whistle boards even there. So it looks like I do actually see a street right here. We're gonna hold the horn out till we get across the railroad crossing, and then we'll let it go. There we go. Now, I've actually done the route southbound towards San Bernardino a lot more often than I've done it going northbound to Barstow, and so I don't even remember actually driving through this section, at least not in the daytime. But wow, look how just nice this little mountain, this rock range is right here. One of my complaints, oh my god, and here comes the 100% chance rain again in Train Sim World 3 dynamic weather. I don't know why I didn't just preset the weather. I'm not sure what I was thinking there, but now we've driven into a storm as I was talking about the scenery. But anyways, I love this rock formation up ahead of us. Let's see if we get the wipers going. Is this the wiper? Yeah, it is wiper. Is it automatic, or do I have to do it myself? I don't remember how that worked, because right now it seems like it's manual. Yeah, okay, we got sun visors up here. I love how it's old and rusty looks on the inside. That's very nice. Alright, we're going a bit too slow. Let's bring the dynamic brake back. Yeah, I guess I gotta wipe it myself. I don't know if it has automatic wipers. Does it? What is this thing? Automatic brake? Yeah, what's this back here? Signal bell? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to, I'm not sure how to do that. So the gradient's leveling off. We might want to get rid of those brakes. Let's go ahead and do that. I want to completely release the automatic brake now. We're on a 0.2% gradient. Nah, it doesn't get too steep out here. We should be able, as long as we stay ahead of it, be able to run it with the dynamic braking. Yeah, it is pouring down out here now. Oh my god. Alright, you can tell by the big wind fans, we're now passing through the Victorville, I think they call it the loop or whatever, where they have all the grain freight cars and the big loop track over there. There is actually a scenario that I did find with the SD40, I believe, that allows you to drive through there. Actually, no, there's a scenario that allows you to drive through there on the original Cajon Pass. as well as I believe there is a couple local jobs that drive out of here and to Barstow and the other, I believe, to Hesperia, I think. One thing I definitely need to fix though, and I'm gonna be very clear about this, is that we need to get those European cement trucks replaced, please. We are in the States now. I don't want to have German or Europe or you know, British trucks and cars and objects. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. I gotta say, this train looks good even in the rain. It really does. Look at that lightning strike. Just barely missed us. And just after Victorville, one of my favorite bridges on the route. Absolutely gorgeous bridge. Wow, look at this view out of the front cab here. You can see the clouds are finally opening up and the rain is letting off. Hopefully it'll go completely away. That's one of my biggest complaints with dynamic weather, is it seems that there's always a 100% chance of rain, and the chance of it going away is very slim. So we might get lucky and the rain may go away and be able to enjoy this beautiful Santa Fe F7 in all of its glory in the nice sunlight. But I gotta say, like, the transition from wet weather to the sun being out, I love how, like, you can see the reflection off of the tracks. The ground actually does look kind of wet. Be nice to kind of see puddles accumulate. That'd be a pretty nice feature to include. But it definitely looks pretty wet outside as the rain is finally slowly, slightly, just ever so slightly going away. For those who don't know how Santa Fe and BNSF are related, there used to be a company named Burlington Northern, and basically they merged with the Santa Fe Railway and became BNSF. That was back in 1995, actually, so not all that long ago. But this livery has, you know, stuck around and become a very iconic thing. I mean, obviously the orange BNSF livery is pretty cool too. I don't hate it, but you just never really be able to replace this Santa Fe livery here. I don't remember what Burlington Railroad looked like, honestly. I didn't know much about them, but yeah. And that's what's interesting, is when Dovetail got the license to use BNSF, they're also got the license to use the Santa Fe livery as well. So I'm curious to know, you know, what all other trains, DLCs, and routes they could use based off of BNSF, Santa Fe, even Union Pacific. Definitely the future is bright for really interesting routes and route extensions and locomotive DLCs and things like that. So looking forward to seeing where that leads to. But again, I just can't say enough about how good this train looks. So let's take a look at what type of freight we got going on behind us. So we got some BNSF freight box cars behind us. I believe all these are full. I don't think we're hauling empties. And then behind that, we have the new flatbeds with they always have pretty interesting loads on them, different variations. Looks like some type of metal tubing or something like that. And we'll continue to the back. You see, I have some tankers. You could have oil in those or any type of chemicals, but you'll see those on lots of different routes. Nothing new there. The F7 didn't come with any new freight cars, no classic anything. It's just the same stuff. So some more BNSF freight box freight cars. as we're crossing a railroad track, a railroad crossing there. And I think behind this we're gonna have, looks like some more tankers. Definitely loving the reflection. I love how it actually looks wet. Definitely could build on that. And then here we got some more tubing. So same freight car, just different cargo on the back of there. Man, I would love, you guys have no idea how much me and the community, and we'll go here at the end with another freight box car, the yellow one. But you have no idea how much me and the community want a consist editor. The ability to customize your train completely. Like, hey, I want 4 locomotives in the back, followed by 4 BNSF freight cars, and then give me 10 empty flatbeds, and then give me 10 more flatbeds with this specific cargo, and then give me, you know, 10 more, 15 more tankers. You know what I mean? Because you could actually really go through and customize everything, and I really hope they're working on that. That would just be amazing. I know that the trains that they try to implement in these routes are, you know, kind of true to the area, true to the services that are done in that area. But it'll be just amazing to be able to kind of go through and create your own consists, your own freight train. But all right, I want to challenge myself and bring the Santa Fe with the 4 locos here and give me a 150. Give me 150, you know, freight car consist, and let's see if we can make it through the Cajon Pass. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to have that option. If it's not possible, I can figure that out on my own. And the same with any route. So hopefully that comes out soon, and hopefully that'll come as well with the ability to have more customization in the scenario planner as well. But man, look at this thing. This thing is beautiful. Oh my God. Take a look at the close-up here of the wheel trucks there, looking very, very nice. The fuel tank. It's clean, but also slightly dirty, slightly vintage. You know what I mean? Definitely restored. I tell you what, what's so nostalgic about this train is I remember having this train set as a kid, and I think a lot of people can relate. One of the very popular train sets that a lot of kids, a lot of rail fans today have had at some point in their lifetime was a Santa Fe F7 train set. So I think that's why this is so special to me. It's because it brings me back to my childhood, back to where my parents bought me that train set. Now, even today, I'm not really big on model railroading and things like that. I never say never, but that's not something I really do at the moment. But as a kid, I really enjoyed playing with my train sets. It's one of my favorite things to do as a kid. All right, we're approaching our final mile, and we're entering into Barstow Yard. As you can tell, the rain is actually intensified. It never actually completely went away. Kind of got a teaser of sun, and then later on, it completely intensified. Now it's completely pouring down here in Barstow. But we're almost done here. Speed limit has dropped down to 30 miles per hour. We got the max throttle 8 on dynamic brake. You can actually see off on your left side of your screen another Santa Fe ready to depart the Barstow departure yard. And I believe this train that we're driving right now, it's labeled as LA to Phoenix. So technically, it wouldn't be stopping here in Barstow, except for maybe a crew change or service or fuel or something. So we're just gonna kind of park it here in the north departure area, and then it's gonna continue on off the map to Phoenix, Arizona. But usually, if you were stopping in Barstow, you'd actually take another track that takes you to the other side of the yard over there, where all the intermodals are, and you'd park over there. So let's bring our throttle back to idle. He's getting nice and loud there with the dynamic brake running. Now, I want to say one thing. I'm not sure if it's applying, but I do have a F7 sound mod for Clinchfield. So I'm not sure if that's translating over to the Santa Fe as well here on Cajon Pass. it may be. So I just want to say you might not get the same sounds as I'm running right now, because I do have a sound mod that I'm running on the F7 on Clinchfield, and again, I'm not sure if that same mod is being applied to this train as well. So I don't remember what it sounds like by default, so I'm not commenting on any of the sounds. With some more lightning strikes up there, but may need to give it some more throttle to get us a bit closer. I gotta say, in this service, I feel like Barstow has a decent amount of static traffic here. We got a bunch of yellow box cars there. We got some intermodal Union Pacific freight cars there, and I had to also correct myself in my last video. I did say that it was weird that the BNSF trains were pulling Union Pacific freight cars, but I was actually corrected in the comments, and thank you guys so much for that. But it is actually common to see a BNSF train with Union Pacific, or even Norfolk Southern or anything like that. They're always mixed and matched, and you can see that other train is actually now on its way out in the other direction. I'm not sure if this is how it works, but I believe if you want to run the normal BNSF services and see the Santa Fe trains, I think you have to choose a specific date. I think you may want to check the Dovetail forums exactly for that. I'm not 100% sure how that's being implemented. If this is a substitution service, it's definitely not a substitution, because these are different trains. It's a manifest, completely different train that you would see on the BNSF service. I think I did see one or two BNSF trains on our route, but I mostly have been seeing Santa Fe. All right, less than 2,000 feet. Let's get prepared to stop, because if you've been following along with my previous videos, you know that I'm known for failing at the very final stop, rolling past the red signal. So we have 1,500 feet ahead of us and about 2,000 feet to our first red signal. So there's a gap there, but I'm not going to depend on that. We're going to get as close to the stop marker as possible. Right now, using my dynamic brake to get us as slow as we can, and then I'll come in with the automatic brake to finish us off, and then the independent brake as well if needed. So gonna take it nice and easy here as we approach. It is slightly downhill, but nothing to be worried about. Doing 8.5 miles an hour and slowing. One thing I noticed is the automatic brake, since our train is so short, it applies pretty quickly, so it shouldn't take much. We should be able to bring the train to a stop on first service, and if we're going long, we can just throw it all the way into full braking. But right now, still just only using dynamic brake. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull some of it out. And hope we don't miss it. I don't see why not. I'm being super careful, and the rain is getting harder and harder. Oh my gosh. I do want to apologize. I probably should have ran this route on fixed preset weather. Wanted to be able to show you guys the train in the bright sun. That's when it looks the best. We did get to see that. We got to see it, but it's okay. I learned. Next time we'll probably not use dynamic weather until they make some changes to how often the weather changes and how often it rains. So here we come, and 6 miles per hour, looking nice. We're gonna go straight into the automatic brake once we get on the blue highlight. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Applying automatic brake, full service, and it is slowing down. Here we go. And we made it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Barstow. Oh yeah, in the F7, I can dig it. What we get? We get a gold. I better get a gold. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Give me some gold. Give me some gold. Nothing. I just got nothing. There's what? Nothing. Not it. Nothing. Okay, whatever. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think seriously about the Santa Fe F7. I like it. I love it. It was a must-have for me. It didn't matter. Big thanks to Dovetail for obviously providing me a first look copy of this. But even if they didn't give it to me, I would have bought it anyways. But guys, until next time, remember you have 3 choices: give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. I'm out.